What if I told you that humans survive and thrive in some of Earth's most hostile environments, not simply through superhuman genetics, but also through ingenuity? We're diving deep into 5 extraordinarily resilient type of people: the Inuit of the Arctic, the Bedouin of the desert, the mountaineers pushing the death zone, the deep sea divers exploring the crushing depths, and the Sherpa who made Everest their home. Forget generic survival lessons. Just ask yourself, how did these civilizations even survive these conditions, let alone thrive for thousands of years? Let's start with the Inuit, Arctic architects of the impossible. Picture this: -40 degrees. Darkness for 4 months straight. No agriculture, no crops, nothing grows. The Inuit have faced this every single day for thousands of years, and their survival comes down to one thing. They have engineered a food system that makes starvation impossible. Winter hunting is a deadly game. The Inuit lie motionless for hours above breathing holes in the ice, waiting for seals. When a seal surfaces for air, they spear it in seconds. One seal provides everything: meat packed with vitamin A and D for the brutal darkness, blubber that is rendered into oil for heat and light, and waterproof skin for boots and kayak covers. They hunt walruses and whales using kayaks and ivory harpoons. And here's where the Inuit excel at survival. They have developed preservation techniques that turn seasonal hunting into year-round food security. They do this by fermenting meat called iguanak, wrapping seal and walrus flesh in blubber, and burying it in permafrost at exactly the right depth. The fermentation kills dangerous bacteria and creates natural antibiotics. Meat stored this way lasts for months. They air-dry thin strips of caribou and seal into lightweight, portable protein. Also, their clothing is engineering at the molecular level: 2 layers of hide, with the inner fur facing inward to trap pockets of warm air, the outer layer facing outward for wind protection. Caribou skin is their secret weapon. Those air pockets make it insulating beyond anything modern synthetic fabric could match. 4 caribous make 1 parka. And they use every single part, wasting nothing. Antlers become tools and fishing hooks, sinew become thread and rope, bones become sled runners. Their igloos are not emergency shelters. They are permanent winter structures, carefully designed with sleeping platforms raised high to trap warm air, ice windows that let in light while insulating, and tunnels connecting multiple rooms. No furnace, no heat source inside, just snow, physics, and the understanding that a human body burning thousands of calories generates enough warmth. Knowledge is passed down through storytelling that acts as both a mirror and guide, reflecting their values while also teaching children practical and ethical lessons for survival and community life. This is why the Inuit survives where civilizations with advanced technology would have perished. Now flip to the opposite extreme: 55 to 60 degrees Celsius, sand that burns through leather. Water so scarce it's more precious than gold. The Bedouin have lived in the Sahara, the empty quarter, and arid deserts for over 3,000 years. Their survival isn't about finding water, but about knowing where water has always been. The Bedouin memorize well locations like modern people memorize addresses. One elderly Bedouin described it: "We knew exactly how many wells there were on our way, like petrol stations, to refill on water. They can read the landscape for hidden water signs. The middle of deep dune valleys where rainwater seeped into soil and settled between layers. They dig wells, literally naming them after themselves. The names become the navigation marker. And when wells run dry, the Bedouin have backup strategies. For example, coastal Bedouin women use a sheepskin vessel called a kerba to desalinate seawater through careful evaporation. In situations of extreme desperation, they'd kill a camel and drink the water stored in its stomach, a survival move that is used by no other desert culture. Their clothing is counterintuitive. They wear long black robes. Black absorbs heat, yes, but it also absorbs heat from the body, keeping them cooler. Long sleeves and hoods protect skin from UV rays, minimizing water loss. A single Bedouin was shown to survive on 1 liter of water daily as the researcher traveling with them consumed 19 liters. The difference is knowing how your body works. They eat sparingly, usually goat and sheep meat, dried fruits, nuts, and flour-based flatbread. The Bedouin travel at night using stars and landmarks invisible to untrained eyes. They read wind-shaped sand dunes. Sand dunes form at 90 degrees to the prevailing wind, creating directional arrows across the desert. They navigate by the sun during day, Polaris at night. They build their camps on top of dunes to catch cooling winds, to spot approaching dangers, and to avoid low areas where snakes and scorpions hunt. Tents are woven from camel hair and vegetable fiber. These are densely packed to block heat, held up by poles anchored with rocks that absorb and reflect sun and firelight. Inside is divided into two sections: quarters for cooking and storage and quarters for living. No wasted space. Every decision serves survival. They pass down knowledge through oral tradition and poetry, the same method as the Inuit. By three sides is the quickest way around a square became a proverb teaching people to avoid difficult terrain. The Bedouin don't just survive the desert, they read it like a book. Now, let's jump to two opposite frontiers. Deep sea explorers descend into crushing pressures, thousands of pounds per square inch. The human body should collapse under these conditions. Instead, specialized submersibles protect the body, while the mind adapts to absolute darkness and profound isolation. Freedivers take single breaths and plunge hundreds of feet. They oxygenate their blood through controlled breathing, slow their heart rates to near-death levels, and can enter meditative states, with complete focus on breathing and basically on survival. Decompression protocols prevent tissues from literally exploding on ascent. Conversely, at the highest points of Earth above, mountaineers climb the death zone above 26,000 feet, where oxygen is so thin your body is dying with every breath. Hallucinations kick in, judgment fails, frostbite claims extremities, acute mountain sickness causes fluid in the lungs. Yet climbers train their bodies over years to build oxygen efficiency. They climb in teams, understanding that community sustains what individuals cannot. Through knowledge, training, and psychological mastery, humans have redefined what the body can endure. Now meet a population that underwent genetic evolution in response to an extreme environment. The Sherpa of the Himalayas have lived at 14,700 feet for over 6,000 years, where oxygen is literally half that of sea level. Most people who go there die. The Sherpa, they thrive. Scientists have discovered something astonishing. While lowlanders develop more red blood cells at altitude, Sherpas develop fewer, and these fewer cells work harder. Their mitochondria, the power plants of cells, operate at maximum efficiency. They extract more energy from minimal oxygen than any other human population on Earth. Their metabolic pathways are genetically different. When oxygen becomes scarce, their bodies automatically switch from burning fat to burning glucose, the most efficient fuel. The PPARA gene, found enriched in Sherpas, activates fat oxidation pathways that other humans never developed. Their lungs are physically larger, and their blood vessels deliver oxygen more effectively. It's not just genetics playing out in isolation. From childhood, Sherpa children grow up climbing mountains. They naturally acclimatize from birth. They run, work, and live at altitudes that would kill most other populations. This created a perfect fusion of nature and nurture. A handful of Sherpas have summited Everest more than 20 times without supplemental oxygen. Most climbers require tanks just to reach the peak. For the Sherpa, Everest isn't a mountain to conquer. It's workplace, it's home. While this may appear superhuman, it is very human adaptation, accelerated by thousands of years of evolutionary pressure and passed down through direct experience. So, we've journeyed through extreme cold and extreme heat, crushing pressure and suffocating altitude, met populations that rewrote the definition of human possibility. And the truth underlying every single story is this: survival comes down to knowledge, not heroics. The Inuit engineered a food system from animals. The Bedouin read the invisible landscape. Mountaineers trained their bodies and minds. The Sherpa evolved. None of them accepted the environment as unchangeable. They studied it, adapted to it, mastered it. These were ordinary people who faced extreme circumstances and responded with relentless problem-solving. Every technique, every strategy, every adaptation you've just learned was developed because the only alternative was death. And that's the lesson, that somewhere inside you exists the same capacity for problem-solving, adaptation, and persistence. The same ability to look at impossible situations and engineer solutions. Your challenges and mine might look different, but the toolset is the same: ingenuity, persistence, community, knowledge. These aren't superhuman traits, they're deeply human, and they're waiting to be activated within us. If you know of other tribes or communities making their homes in Earth's most hostile conditions, comment below. We'd love to hear about incredible survival techniques. Follow and subscribe for more extreme stories of human and natural enigmas. Making videos for curious minds is our favorite thing. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching.